Well, hi guys. Welcome. And who dat? I'm Joe. Who dat? Every average team in the league is who. Thanks for tuning in to Rosenfield 10. I cover our Saints, our beloved bless you boys in black and gold, our bewildering bunch of baffling buffoons. We look like a competent team up until this past week, and this video is going to be a review and reaction to the week 3 matchup that saw our Saints in their nice tidy whiteys go to the Pacific Northwest and get their asses handed to them. Final score 44 to 13. 44 to 13, and it was 38 to 6 at halftime. Well, we outscored them in the second half 7 to 6. So, there you go. It's kind of like the preseason when our first string couldn't do anything until the other team's backups came in, and then we could finally score a touchdown. Hey, this was awful. This is one of the worst games I've ever seen. And I've been a Saints fan forever. Okay. 1980, 81. That's when I started paying attention. I was alive through the 70s, but didn't watch football, didn't watch the Saints. They were bag wearing worthy back then, and they're bag worthy wearing now. Bag, bag wearing worthy now. I'm not going to put a bag on just yet. It's new, right? It's all brand new. And we should have seen it coming. Normally in these videos, I have the stats and we talk about the game. And yeah, these are the stats for this past game on offense, on defense, and on special teams. There you go. Courtesy of our Saints. That's all the stats I got for you. This is a game we're going to try to forget, but it's a game I'm not going to forget if we don't see something change. And like many Saints fans, starting to wonder if we've made a huge mistake. Now, I'm going to give Kellen Moore the benefit of the doubt. I have no more benefits of doubt to give to Mickey Loomis or Gail Benson. I'm not going there. We're going to be talking about that later on if we keep this up. But this was embarrassing. 44 to 13 is a beatdown. But 21 nothing in the first quarter, 38 to 6 at halftime, and your coach is kicking a field goal because you're trying to get momentum. You got fourth and whatever it was, 5, one play left before the half ends. Let's go ahead and kick a field goal because our kicker missed one before. We're doing psychology now. I mean, that's what it feels like. I'm going to do this again. Kellen Moore is more like trying to be a psychiatrist right now. How about being a football coach? I'm tired of all this off-season experimental stuff. We're all through training camp in the off-season. The players were saying, this is the best experience ever. Yeah, because y'all weren't working. You took every third day off to go bowling. Did you work on special teams today? More than like 5 minutes? No, we went bowling. They flew out to Seattle days in advance. And it seemed like, okay, the great experiment. We're going to go out there a day or two earlier than normal, but you still have to practice. Oh, we're just going to bring all the practice equipment with us. That's a lot of money you're spending for some bonding time. Yeah, we get all the players in a different location and they're forced to be together and it's a bonding experience. Woo-ha, did you make any daisy chains? So when you brought all the equipment, did you bring the big speakers to simulate the loud crowd noise that you knew you were going to face? Did you spend enough time practicing? A lot of the reports we got were that practices were short. Oh, some teams go for an hour and 45 minutes. They went for about an hour. Remember when Sean Payton used to do those special teams drills for 30 minutes, 45 minutes? and all the other players were standing around hot and tired. Kellen Moore doesn't do that. We work on special teams for about a minute and a half. And boom, we're out of there. You know what else? Kellen Moore's the type of head coach that likes to sleep in. He doesn't want to wake up at 6 in the morning. He doesn't go to bed early. They practice at 2 in the afternoon. Well, the games are at noon. Why are you practicing at 2 in the afternoon? Well, we could sleep in all week long. On the game, you might have to get up a little early, but hey, we're going to go out to Washington. By the way, Kellen Moore's from Washington. So it was kind of like when Sean Payton did that training camp at wherever in the north, and it was all fancy and stuff, and he had a girlfriend that lived out there, and you start to wonder, why are you out there? I remember it was a source of contention at the time because the team wasn't playing very well, but we kept going out there. Is that what happened with Kellen Moore? Did we go to Washington a few days earlier so he could have more time to spend with his friends and family? No, he had to practice, right? He had to get the team ready for the game. Oh, you didn't have your walkthrough. You went on a boat ride instead. Okay. Bonding experience. Oh, they came out a few days early. We're going to have a boat ride instead of practice. We're going to practice limited, if at all. And we're going to go out there and look like crap. Well, I hope all that extra downtime worked for you. I mean, on a psychological point of view, because as a performing football team, you look like garbage, absolute garbage. And I can't really point at anything except for Kellen Moore at this point, at this particular point, after this game. Yeah, we have a roster that's not good enough. We're trying to go from a 4-3 to a 3-4. We don't have the pieces in place. And I've always questioned whether transforming from a 4-3 to a 3-4 is a good idea to begin with. It's going to take years before you get the pieces in here. The pieces for Brandon Staley's defense. So we can finally have Brandon Staley's defense ready to go. You know, play deep, let them get as many yards as they want underneath. And then when they get in the red zone, well, you went on a boat ride this weekend, didn't practice in red zone defense, probably, so you're going to give those up too. I don't like this defense right now. We're not getting any pressure. Oh, we don't have the pieces? Okay. I sure hope in 3 years, I've already got a foot in the grave, but I hope 3 years from now, we have enough of the pieces that Brandon Staley wants. And then we could transform. The whole league's doing it. Absolutely right. The whole league is doing this right now. They're playing this shell coverage zone. Every play will allow everything underneath. Is that really working for our offense right now when we go up against these defenses? You're going up against that kind of a defense every damn day in practice if you choose to practice. So you should be able to figure it out. Well, I've been noticing because a lot of teams are doing it. Every team we've played has done it. We've got Chris Olave and Rashid Shaheed and Brandon Cooks. Oh, yeah, that's real tough stuff in the middle of the field. That's not going to happen. These guys are built, we're built to go deep. So everybody takes the top off. You're not going deep. Get your stuff underneath. But miraculously, the linebackers on these teams are still close enough in coverage to make the tackle right when the catch happens. There's a little space in this defense between the safeties and the linebackers, okay? And what happens is they show you all kind of, but in the end, you're going to have a deep safety over Shaheed for sure. And chances are, because we don't have strength at the receiver, we just have speed, you're going to have 2 deep safeties at least. Some kind of umbrella coverage, whatever. And then the linebackers. And we see the other team do it to us all the time. The linebackers, Pete Werner. Ball goes over the linebacker's head before the safety. Big ass gap there. It's about 10 to 15 yards down the field. You need about 3 seconds for the route to develop. Oh, our quarterback doesn't have 3 seconds. Or are the plays being designed to just get it out of his hands real quick? Every play to me that the Saints run on offense looks like a scramble drill. Are we moving the pocket? I don't think we are. I don't think we're moving the pocket because we don't have an offensive line that can create a pocket that you could move. The incomplete pass to Alvin Kamara in the game. The whole time I was thinking this was Rattler's fault because he was rolling out to the right. And at that point in my mind, oh, scramble drill. He had to get out of there. I look at Kamara. He runs to an empty spot on the field. Rattler throws the ball way over his head. And a lot of people were saying, why didn't Kamara keep running the route? And I was thinking, route? It was a scramble drill. No, it was the route. Everybody was at fault because Kamara was wide open. Just put the damn thing on him. Just put it on him. A laser beam, the only pass Rattler knows how to throw. A straight line laser beam, because if he could layer with touch and accuracy, we could be pushing the ball down the field. Every damn defense does this. They take the deepest route out, but you've got 10 to 15 yards there to play with. But you got to have 3 seconds to throw it, and that's not going to happen with the mash unit of offensive linemen that we have. Everything about this team is awful. And I'm going to talk about all 3 phases, but the reason we lost this game was because of the defense and the special teams. Everybody said the offense, I heard one person say that the offense didn't help the defense or the special. How's the offense supposed to do anything when they get the ball? It's 21-0 and 6 minutes of real time's passed, and you're looking at it's still the first quarter and it's 21-0. This game is over with. How are you going to have an offensive strategy to benefit any of the players on offense when you're down 21-0? You're down 21-0. Oh, sure, the offense sputtered. One of the great, brilliant calls of Kellen Moore in this game early on. Let's go for it on 4th down when we can't pick up 2 yards to save our lives, and we're on our side of the field. Let's do that. We're going to show we're aggressive. We're going for it. Arr. Yeah. Going, but people making penalties. They're going to line up for a field goal. The team screws up. Next thing you know, they got a touchdown. Then they got a punt return for a touchdown. Then you get a blocked punt. And all of a sudden, it's 21-0. That was all special teams. All special teams. And in the rest of the game, I blame the defense. Defense could have done something. They stopped the run. Seattle stopped our run, too. Everybody in this game was averaging 2.5 yards a carry. But my God, every quarterback we play looks like an all-star. Seattle's a really good team. Sam Darnold-led Seattle is a really good team. Oh, horse shit. Horse shit. They're not going to be a divisional round team. They're not going to be a playoff team that wins a game in a playoff. That's not happening. They're going to run up against another really good team in this league, a team that's competent, that can put it into that. As a matter of fact, our offensive line, I don't think did all that bad against this great front of Seattle's, okay? Torres Simpkins is an undrafted guy. He needs to get a little stronger. He's strong for his undrafted ass, but he needs to get a little better. And he needs to be playing right guard because Cesar Ruiz doesn't need to be playing. And then you got Awesome Richards. Everything about this team just is bewildering. We get Xavier Truss, okay? Xavier Truss was a right tackle for Denver. A right tackle. Oh, he was a guard in college and a tackle. Plays on the right side. We needed a right tackle because we got Awesome Richards, who played his whole career on the left side. We decided to put Awesome Richards at right tackle. We did that last week. Or the first week, actually. First week of the year when we decided to pull Fuanga because he was lame. And we put in Awesome Richards. Well, Awesome Richards was here a week before Truss. So Awesome Richards is really good in the playbook. He's got 2 weeks under his belt. Can't put Truss out there. He's only got 1 week under his belt. Or no weeks under his belt. So Richards never played right tackle in his life, but he's out there. And then who starts the game? Awesome Richards. Truss is healthy, though. He's been with the team a couple of weeks now. He knows how to play right tackle. He's played right tackle for 3-4 months straight with Denver. Where do we put him? Oh, he's going to be the immediate backup at left guard in case something happens to Torres Simpkins. So you got Truss, who played right tackle for 4 months straight. We're going to put him at backup left guard today. We're going to throw out Awesome Richards, who never played right tackle in his life until the Saints figured it was a great idea. Whatever. You still have Cesar Ruiz out there. So I'm not going to expect you to make any good decisions regarding the offensive line anytime soon. Your quarterback has a bad game compared to the first two. I didn't like it. He can't throw a crossing route accurately. He can't throw anything in the middle of the field accurately with touch. If there's a seam route, I watched him stare Brandon Cooks down. Brandon Cooks ran this seam route from the nickel. It was wide open the whole time. He was looking at him the whole time, but he refused to throw it. The perfect opportunity to throw your signature bullet straight line pass, and he was slow to the trigger. He moved off of it. There's receivers running wide open in that gap that's always there, but you have to layer it. You have to go over the linebacker before the safety. He can't do that. He sees a linebacker and he immediately thinks, well, that's covered. And it's not, unless, you can't throw an accurate layered pass with anticipation, leading the receiver. Every time there's a route that's crossing Rattler's space, he throws it behind them to their back hip. The only time he's accurate is on the sidelines. And he needs at least one more second, at least the process. The man doesn't even get the chance to look at the field. I can't blame Rattler. He's always going to have that problem with accuracy and touch. Doesn't have it. So they're out wide receivers. What the hell are we doing? You have to beat this defense. You have to figure out a way to scheme these guys open. If that's all they got, taking the top off, you got to figure out a way to take the damn top off. Like I said, long routes take time to develop. Rattler has no time. Shuck has no time if he goes out there. You got Chris Olave, our number one receiver. Man, I tell you what, you want to pay that guy $25 million? If you need 5 yards, he can get it for you. That dude is the 5 yard reception king. If it's 3rd and 4, Chris Olave is your man. I miss the old days with Sean Payton and Drew Brees. I know we're never going to have it as good as Drew Brees again, but I miss Sean Payton. And maybe Sean Payton's job was a little easier because he had Drew Brees. Of course it was. But it seemed to me like as though it took Payton a while, but he got okay at actual game day play calling. Remember them days when it was 1st and 10 and our big X wide receiver or our big tight end that can catch the ball would run a go route on the sideline. And it was 1st and 10. Breeze with bam, 2 seconds, throw it, back shoulder to the big guy on the sideline, turn around, catch the ball, block out the cornerback. All of a sudden it's 2nd and 2. How many times we saw that with our beloved Saints back in the day when things were great and we had a team that was built like a football team with an actual big X receiver blocking people out and making catches. 8 yards right out of the gate, 1st and 10. Boom. You're going to do these quick out routes, and they work on this defense that's taking the league over by storm. Those quick 5 yard out routes work. Hit one of them on 1st down, then 2nd and 5. Oh, with Peyton, it was always 2nd and 2. It's a little better, though. You could probably go up and down the field with those damn out routes against this defense because that's what it is. Everybody's playing off. Nobody's playing man anymore. Just hike, throw it right to them. Oh, but you got to have a guy that's at least big enough and strong enough to break a tackle and make a run after a catch. Our receivers running after the catch. Every time Olave catches the ball, he goes to turn upfield, he immediately goes down. I don't blame you, dude. Rashid Shaheed, same thing. You don't see run after the catch with Rashid Shaheed. It just doesn't happen because we're not giving them space. We're not developing, we're not designing routes against these defenses that we're seeing, the same damn defenses every week. Kellen Moore needs to figure it out. And I don't know how he's going to get onto the players. How are you going to get onto them? Oh, come on, coach. We just had some mimosas on the yacht on Saturday. And come on. You kidding me, right, Kellen? Oh, Kellen, you're such a joker. And then Kellen goes out there in the post conference and he's talking about penalties. We just get rid of these silly penalties. He's so silly. That's so silly to line up in the wrong spot. It's so silly to be a punt protector and not block a guy that's coming to block the punt. I wish Taysom Hill would have been out there. Taysom Hill, it wouldn't have even been Taysom Hill's guy. He might have at least noticed the guy coming. He might have at least ran over there and tried to stop him. I think it was Maliki Mataval who was out there. It was his responsibility. And what did the coach say? Everybody messed up on that play. I'm not going to point to one person. You're not going to point to him in the meeting either, are you? Silly. That was silly that you let that guy go through there. Silly. Yeah, and those penalties really silly. The only firm answer he gave was, "Yeah, we're going to have to work on this stuff." And I think our guys are going to be able to do it. And I think they're going to pick up on it because, otherwise we'll have to get somebody out there who can't. Oh, okay. There you go. You have to get somebody out there who can. Sean Payton would have been yelling at these dudes months ago. I don't know if you need to yell at the guys. They have to have a fear of something. Right now, the only fear they have is losing their job on this team. Please trade me, coach. Hey, Tyron, you want to come back? You retired and we signed a safety, but he got hurt. You want to come back? No, man. I'm good. I spent about a month in training camp with you. I'm good. I would rather end my career. Well, what the hell are you going to hold over these people? Job security? Please. Can I go play for the Colts? My God, where are we at with this team? Awful. And I even started with the defense. Give me a break. What kind of Oh, we're gonna look at the quarterback so they're not going to be able to gain any yards. We're going to be looking right at them, and when the ball's thrown, we're going to have playmakers that can make a play on the ball. Who? Quincy Riley goes out there, puts his head on the football, and gets a forced fumble. Everybody's told you. Isaac Yadam couldn't force a turnover in a turnover factory. Uh, that was bad. But but Riley goes to make a tackle, and just by chance, the ball comes out. It's true. He wasn't punching the ball out. He was just trying to make a tackle. It forced the fumble. Well, kudos to you. You see? We should have had Riley out there the whole time. Maybe. Maybe. Alante Taylor, he's perfect for the star. Hadn't practiced all offseason. Gets out there. He's in perfect position to miss tackles. Pete Werner, everybody hates him. Oh, he can't cover. Yeah, he's got to 15 yards down the field to cover that. How about the cornerbacks and the safeties cover that once it gets to a certain spot? My man Werner's got to worry about the shit underneath, okay? It's not his job. All those linebackers for Seattle would have got torched the same way if we'd had a quarterback competent enough to layer a pass or an offensive line competent enough to block long enough for a route to develop. I've watched so many replays where as soon as Rattler has to scramble is when the route comes open. So Kellen Moore, get it in your head. You need to design quicker routes. You had a short yardage situation in the game, and you threw the ball, and you had one route that was short, and everything else was long developing routes on 3rd and 2. Figure it out, Kellen Moore, please. And Brandon Staley, please figure it out. Is it that you can't create pressures? You don't want to blitz. You're scared to blitz. Well, everybody has to be in a certain spot, and we just don't have any place to blitz. We need to blitz. Carl Granderson didn't show up. The best player on defense didn't show up. Chase Young hadn't shown up. He's been hurt. You got Demario Davis running around out there trying to make as many tackles as he can. He's playing hard. Pete Werner was playing hard. I got to give Werner credit. In the second half, when all was lost, Pete Werner was the guy that was still trying to make a tackle. Pete Werner was the guy that was still trying to make a play. He was the first one to congratulate Quincy Riley when Riley made a play. You know, I've never seen a game where the other team pulled their starters because they were like, "Yeah, we got this." And then we kept our starters in there till we scored a touchdown. We did it, guys. Then we start putting in our backups. Well, we needed to. Shuck got his first couple of snaps in his career. 0 for 2. Couldn't complete a crossing route either. And yeah. I didn't see Devin Neal carrying the ball. I did see Kendre Miller carrying the ball. No imagination. Kendre Miller on, let's talk about, oh, I'm not done with the defense. Our coverage is a joke. Uh, Justin Reed, yeah, nice piece. That Justin Reed to me is a guy you want to have as a backup. He can go out there and finish a game for you. I don't think he's a guy you need starting. If he wants to be the guy that starts, he needs to make a play. Jonas Sanker, okay, yeah, okay, whatever. Kool-Aid McKinstry, give me a break. This is embarrassing. I think that dude needs to learn how to play wide receiver or something. I don't know. I don't think he'd be good at nickel. We have serious issues. If we have the first pick in the draft, we could draft any position we want, and it would be an improvement on this team. Any position. You want quarterback? Go ahead. You want defensive end? Go ahead. Defensive tackle? Sure. Linebacker? Yeah. Why not? Cornerback? Oh, you might want to get a couple of them. Safety? If we draft Caleb Downs, safety out of Ohio State, with the first overall pick, you can't say it was the wrong pick because Justin Reed ain't it. Not right now. Not through 3 games. Amazing. No pressure at all. No pressure at all. Cam Jordan, Brian Bresee. Brian Bresee gonna headbutt somebody. Why don't you make the sack? You've hit the quarterback, but you can't bring him down. You don't have a sack through 3 games. You averaged at least one every 3 games last year. Then you're gonna go and headbutt somebody when the play's over. Cost this team. That's not leadership. But he's going into a contract year next year. I don't want to pay that dude for what? To get penalized? He might block a field goal every now and then. Stop the run, please. Okay, yeah. I have no faith in Brandon Staley at all. Special teams, sure, we miss JT Gray. Reality check, folks. JT Gray is still injured. He's not playing football right now. He's on the Ravens practice squad. If we need him that bad, we just go grab him and put him on the active roster. We can easily do that right now. But we didn't. Even though we might need him, we didn't because the man ain't playing right now. He still ain't back from injury. So get over that. Who's supposed to take his place? Isaiah Stallbird had a nice pass defense when the backups were in there in the fourth quarter when we were losing 31 by 31 points. And we put in our backups because it might as well, because we didn't accomplish anything else on this trip except a boat ride and a bunch of mimosas. And everyone got to meet Kellen's family. The wife and kids are all on first name basis too. Nobody telling anybody a damn thing about how to play football. Maybe we have the wrong offensive line coach. Maybe we have the wrong special teams coach. We need to start figuring this stuff out. Punt, punters out kicking the coverage. Coverage team allows a 60-yard kick return. And then, and before that, allows a 95-yard punt return for a touchdown. Gets a punt blocked, misses a field goal. Can't cover anybody. No, there's talent on this team. I don't know what was going on, but I think the off-season experimental training camp, experimental practice, experimental crap. We need to get back to bases. I heard Kellen Moore say, "No, no, when we travel to Buffalo, we're gonna leave on Saturday like a normal." Yeah, there you go, there you go, and maybe practice for 2 hours, hour and 45 minutes on the days this week that you can practice. Yeah, that's all I got. Pretty much a cluster F of incompetency. One of the worst games I've ever seen. Ill prepared. Nobody seemed like they wanted to be out there. Very few seemed like they wanted to be out there. And I got to give Pete Werner credit for that. At least he looked like he wanted to be out. He might be fighting for a job. Maybe because he wouldn't get a job anywhere else. You know, the reason why Zach Vaughn never started for us is because we had Demario Davis and Pete Werner. Maybe it should be Demario Davis and Zach Vaughn. I don't know. Even the players that are decent aren't they aren't playmakers. They're not winners. The good news is I don't think we have any new injuries. If you subscribe to Rosenville 10, I do a preview and a review of every game. My preview for the upcoming game against Buffalo will be coming out on Thursday. Subscribe to Rosenville 10. Normally, I have the stats and we talk about the ebb and flow of the game. If you looked at the stats, you would think that the Saints were in it. Well, I mean, we had more first downs than they did. The yardage wasn't that far off. We had time of possession, big time. Big time. Seattle had the ball for the last 4 minutes of the game, and we still had time of possession on them by like 5, 6 minutes. So, yeah, it was wham, bam. Oh, whoa, what the just happened? Oh, it's 21-0. Hey, Rattler, why don't you go? Rattler, you've never scored more than 21 points in a game. Why don't you go out there and try to come back from this? All of it. Just awful. But subscribe to my channel because I do focus on college players, that are draft eligible, and we do talk about the state of the Saints. And maybe this season we'll be getting into that a lot earlier than normal. Usually on Thursdays, I throw in another video besides a preview of the upcoming game, and we talk about that. We talk about positions of need for the Saints. We talk about college players that are doing good. So subscribe to the channel. It's always focused on our Saints, the white helmets, the the white those white helmets looked really good. They looked really good. No, they didn't. They looked all right. It dressed well for a beatdown. You know, when you're laying on the ground covered in beer and urine, doesn't matter how well you dressed, you still look like a baffling bunch of buffoonish blockheads. Okay? I don't like the white helmets. The Saints are gold, black and gold. It's not our beloved bless you boys in white. The the white helmets. And people don't like the first uniform either. I think I like the black and gold home jersey we wore in week one more than the all whites. I don't know. I kind of like the gold helmet with the all whites. It reminds me that we're watching the Saints. This was like paper thin, just awful. Are you superstitious? Do you make a wish before you throw the ball in the basket? If this goes in, do you lean when the kick is being kicked? If we can judge. Oh, okay. That's all I'm saying. How good are the new uniforms right now? Through 3 weeks. All right. I can do this all day. It's just my attitude about it. You have to laugh or you'd cry. And I choose to cover this team and produce these videos for fun. So I'm going to try to have fun with it. And like I said, if this season keeps going the way this game went, yeah, we're going to be talking a lot about the upcoming draft. We'll be doing mock drafts. We'll be talking about coaches on other teams that need to come coach our team because Kellen Moore can't force a player to do anything. Not on this team. What's he going to do? Threaten him with his job? All right. All right. Until the next one. I'll talk to you later.